Today we're going to talk about the Vomy setup. So this is a setup that myself and my friend Dre have been talking about for a while on Twitter and in the Discord. And this last week I posted on Twitter a annotation of the anatomy of Vomy. So I thought I'd talk through it. Before we begin, just want to make sure you understand that this presentation is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. So if you decide to use this Vomy setup for your trades, just remember those are your trades and your trades alone. All right, let's get started. The Vomy setup, in a nutshell, is effectively a multi-EMA crossover setup, a reversal setup that is fairly straightforward to see when you're using the pivot ribbon. So let's talk a little bit about the history of it. If you remember back at the original pivot ribbon video, I talked about how sometimes we'll get this beautiful clear trend and it'll look like a dolphin. Well, sometimes at the end of that trend, the dolphin gets sick and it sort of vomits down some red candles. And thus the vomit dolphin, or Vomy, was created. So you can kind of see you got some fins here, creates a dolphin pattern. You can kind of see the nose there, and then, glorious stuff coming out here. And let's walk through it. I know it sounds kind of silly, but at the same time, when you can spot patterns easily and simply, it can make trading a little bit more fun. Typically, it'll happen when you have some nice clear trend. So you'll have stacked EMAs, 8 above 13, 13 above 21, 21 above 34, 34 above 48. And typically, you'll get these moves up, and then eventually you'll reach some form of resistance. Usually, you'll get a double top, or sometimes you'll even just get a single fin here, where it'll just meet resistance. And then you'll start to break down the 13 EMA, the 8 and the 13 EMAs. Maybe even test down as far as the 21, retest the 8 and the 13, and then break down and test the 48. So you can see it talking about it in this annotation. And I'll post a link to the tweet that I have for this annotation. But, you get clear trend, forms these fins. You meet resistance, so at this point it's the 38.2 level, and you'll get a breakdown of the 8 and the 13, a test of the 48, retest of the 13, and this retest of the 13 is often a really good spot to get in. So you can definitely get in on this first retest or second retest of the 13, and use the level above or use the actual 13 EMA as your risk. Close it above that, all right, get out, you can reevaluate. But usually, if it is an actual Vomy setup, that 13 is a really elite spot to get in because you're going to get most of the move down. Now, often when it starts to break down, you'll get this test of the 48, but you'll get some consolidation afterwards before it fully breaks down. So you're going to get a break of the 48. In order to actually have a Vomy be confirmed, you have to get this break of the 48. So break and hold of the 48 confirms the move. So you can actually wait for the break of the 48, and you can also get in on the 48. Or get in after the 48 break, after you've confirmed full close below the 48, you can get in on the next pullback. And so you can see, we get this beautiful move to the downside, and as that's happening, we start to get this multi-EMA crossover where the 8, the 13, the 21, the 34, and the 48 all cross over each other and now form a bearish ribbon. So to anticipate that is what the Vomy setup really does, right? It gives you the ability to anticipate a really, really bigger than expected move. And usually that'll be in confluence with some sort of squeeze as well, right? And usually you'll be in sort of overbought or oversold conditions. So in this case, it's overbought, and in this case, it's oversold. You can see the inverse is starting to happen. And, often in this consolidation period, you'll get a squeeze as well, right? That's the ultimate scenario, is when you have over bought conditions, squeeze, momentum moving to the downside. You've got the break of the 13, retest of the 13, break of the 48. That really kind of puts things together for you. Downside moves are really nice because, this is why everybody likes to put so much on SPY and SPX, is because you get the benefit of the underlying moving and your premiums moving with the underlying, but you also get the benefit of the VIX usually rising. So that'll boost the premiums. So you get the beautiful, payout on these Vomy setups to the downside. And of course, you can pair it with ATR levels to take profit at these levels. So here we're taking profit at the previous close. Here we're taking profit at the put trigger. And then the inverse is conceptually the same. You get a move here, a little fin, meets support instead of resistance, pulls back, starts to break the 13, and potentially get a move to the other side. So that's the Vomy setup, and I think it's a really good one. It's really easy to spot. Once you spot it, it's really hard to not want to spot it. You just need to wait for your confirmation, but you can always get in early and have some tight risk on there to make sure that you don't get on the wrong side of the trade. Hope that helps. All right, so that's the Vomy setup. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please drop a like. If you hated the video, please drop a dislike. If you want to subscribe to the channel and get more content, great. Go for it.